No, just kidding. I'm not that ill. But I am back. I am back from the United States, which is the main thing. And yeah, we're gonna get back to basics, back to the roots of this channel, which is what you've requested on the community. It's, well, what are we doing? I think a lot of you said just do a classic thing. Do no moving, scrolling, or zooming. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it on a diverse world. None of you requested that particular combo, but that's what I'm bloody well doing. Do not worry, Hometown Roulette will be here later in the week, because that is due. So yeah, get your comments in for that by all means. Quickly though, because I'm making it tomorrow. Right, let's do this then. What score are we trying to beat? I've got the high scores right here. You're not looking at my to-do list. High score is this one, which was achieved the last time I did it, actually, whenever that was. 19,660. And that ended a long drought, didn't it? Because before that, it was 19,626 from episode 2. We ain't going to beat either of those scores today because of the fact that everything has left my head. And also, I've got a bit of a sore throat. So that's another excuse I can use. Right, let's do this, though. What is it? This has all changed. This has all changed. Has anyone played Geoguessr recently? Single player, no time limit. Okay, let's do this. For those of you who are new to this, new subscribers, you'll see. Well, it's very simple. Once it loads, there we go. I can't move. I can move the cursor, obviously, but I can't move around. I can't zoom in, nothing. I can, however, once I've made my guess, once I've put the marker down, will be final. And then I can move around to see if anything gives away where I actually am or was. But I can't then amend my guess. This one's a bit annoying because we've got a sign here and I can't read it. I am going to rear my head forward to see if I can read it very quickly, or at least to see what the style of the sign is. Let me see, 2 secs. Well, it's white with red around it, which isn't something you get in many countries. It's not very common in Europe. I think it exists in Denmark. This over here, that looks to be kind of South African or Australian or New Zealandish. But then you've got these trees which kind of look European, as does that. I wouldn't expect to see those in South Africa or Australia. But the question is, would they exist in New Zealand? I've also got a winery here. So, yeah, there's a lot to think about. And the sun looks to be in the north. But it's not. If the sun was right here in front of us, then we're definitely in the southern hemisphere. But when you can't see it, I'm always a bit skeptical. Other than that, guys, yeah, we have got these kind of weird-looking trees in the background. But that's about it. So this could be worse for a first effort for me. I think I've got to go for New Zealand here. But it may well be, Tasmania or some other southern part of Australia, or it may be South Africa. I'm trying to rack my brains here. Have I had a New Zealand wine? Yeah, you get New Zealand wine, don't you? Surely you do. But if you do, it'll be in the north, so that's where I'm going to go. And let's plonk ourselves. That presumably is a river. Or, well, I don't know, some sort of... That seems to be a flood defence. And then that presumably is some sort of channel of water. So I'm not going to go in the mountains. Maybe we're by Lake Taupo. Let's go there then. Can you imagine if this is right? Now I can move around because I've made my final decision. Good grief, this is laggy. This is laggy. Good job I'm not playing a normal game of Geoguessr. Ah, we've got these white posts with the red on. What does that mean? That means I think I'm right. I think they are a New Zealand feature. I'm trying to turn around. Okay. It's literally, bloody hell. It's a good job I'm not playing any other format but this one. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I would definitely go for New Zealand here. So let's make the guess. Wow, what a way to start things off. Should have gone nearer to the sea, shouldn't I, really? Because, yeah, what's got more chance of flooding, of breaking the bank? The sea, I guess, is a more worrying body of water to breach a bank than a lake. But do you know what? 77 miles, 4675 points. Wow, it's a great score, but whether it carries on is another question. But that is a fantastic way to start things off. Probably quite sensible to go in the middle of the North Island. Probably a subliminal thing that I did there. Next round. Cracking start. Oh, that's an interesting one. I thought it was going to be blurry. It has cleared up. This is the kind of thing that I'm a bit worried about today. Because I don't know. There's we've got buildings, we've got foliage, we've got sky. We've got, that's pretty much it. And that's what scares me, is because in my heyday, at my peak, all of these bits of information would have been enough for me to at least whittle it down to a couple of countries, 3 or 4 countries. But I can't remember. Well, I can't remember. That's the thing. All these little things have left my head, the significance of all these little things and where they belong on this wonderful earth. We've got a shadow here that's being cast across the path. And it's being cast that way. Yeah, that way, because that ends there. See that there? That ends. So that is the shadow of that. But the sad news is it's being cast in an easternly direction, or westernly. Easternly. Which means we can't really use it because the sun might just be setting or rising, or... Yeah, we can't use that. As I said in the last round, it's only definitive if it's straight ahead of you or behind you. So, north or south. So, we can't use that. The buildings... the buildings look slightly oriental, like slightly Asian. I don't know what oriental means, so shut up. It's not racist to not know what a word means. And the foliage also kind of looks slightly tropical, So I'm thinking, now this is a big circle, but I'm thinking like this area here. Could it be Bhutan? A little circular country, a Himalayan country that sometimes crops up? I don't think so. I don't think I think that's too far north. So, I'm thinking Philippines or Malaysia, something like that. Or Sri Lanka, maybe. So, the problem is if you click Sri Lanka and it's in the Philippines, you basically get no points. If I go in the middle, that's a bit of a cop-out. So, I'm going to go with what my heart is telling me. Let's go for the Philippines. And I really do get the sense that this might be wrong. I get a strong sense that this is quite possibly wrong. So, just because I haven't played in so long. But enough of the excuses. Let's go over here in a place called Santa Maria. And let's go up there. Now let's move around. Can anything give away? I mean, this is looking... Okay, we've got tropical plants up there, banana type trees. That's promising. Yeah, okay. I'm not massively disappointed with my guess, I have to say. I think nothing has really changed, which is excellent news. And not only that, it also seems to have revealed itself at a speed greater than 1 pixel a second. So that's also good. Let's see where we were. Come on, come on. Here we go. Oh, wow. Well, we were in Laos, madly enough. Yeah, just over the border from Thailand by the Mekong River in Vientiane, which is in Laos. That's not a country I mentioned, but it is within the circle that I painted. And that could be worse. 1783 points. It's a large dent to our aspirations of beating not my perfect score, That would be an achievement. My best score. But, you know, that was a bit ambitious to begin with. Let's move on. Right. Okay. Well, we have a lorry. Apologies, by the way, if I have had any of these rounds before. I'd be very impressed if any of you would remember that, because I sure as hell can't. But yeah, if I have had one of these rounds before, then I apologise. But just be safe in the knowledge that I do not remember one iota. Is that Arabic writing on that little SOS box? Let me rear my head forward. I think it is, and I don't think it's Hebrew. I think it's Arabic. It's deserty. It's arid. The buildings also look fairly Arabic. Options then are Tunisia, which is, I'll let you in on a secret, that's my strongest option. Tunisia, and the other options, really, the main one is Jordan. It can't be Israel. It could be Palestine, but to be honest, it's that close to Jordan that they're basically the same country in terms of GeoGuessr. I'm sure that would offend people. But yeah, Tunisia or Jordan. Can anything differentiate? Well, my hunch was Tunisia, and a lot of white buildings in Tunisia, so I'm gonna go there. Sun casting a shadow over to the west, so that's not useful either. Let's go Tunisia, and let's go... I'm going to go down here, I think. And this road is facing north. Let's say that we are entering this town of Medellin. Let's go for it. Let's go there. Can you imagine if this is right? We can move around now. I'm very impressed with myself that I've remembered to turn round. Just not so impressed with GeoGuessr servers. We have stuff here. Is there a Tunisian flag that can give us that shot of pleasure before the round is done? Le Passage. I like that because they speak French in Tunisia. T2. I don't know. Maybe that's significant. But Le Passage definitely is. I think this is Tunisia unless I've got this horribly wrong. Let's guess. Wicked. Absolutely brilliant. Not the best Tunisian score within itself. 174 miles. We were in Sousse. However you say it. We were in Sousse or Sousse. But I'm happy with that. On my return, I am happy with that. 4297. Fourth round. Here we go. Are you enjoying this, newcomers? I hope you are. That instantly screams the Alps to me. It screams Switzerland. Yeah. Now, obviously it could be Austria, although they don't really have Street View. I guess it could be Germany, but again, they don't have Street View unless it's in a city. So really, this is Switzerland, because I don't think for one darn minute that this is Italy or France. But I might be wrong. The only other country it could be... Well, you got Slovenia, I guess, but I don't think it's that. The only other one could be Liechtenstein. But the odds of that... I don't think I've ever got... Have I got Liechtenstein? I can't even remember that, guys, today. I think this is... now. Wait a minute. Let's say it's Switzerland. Which way is this water flowing? Because this can be key. This can be key. Which way is it flowing? It's flowing that way, isn't it? It's flowing north-east. But it's flat here, and we've got mountains over there. I don't know. That generally, you've got rivers flowing north, up towards the Rhine Basin, or the Danube Basin, and one's going south. Obviously, there will be exceptions, but I don't know. That might put us in the north of Switzerland rather than the south. And it does look that way anyway. So... I'm just going to go, you know, around here somewhere. Here's a little river. That might be too big a river, to be fair. It probably is, isn't it? Whether I should worry about that too much is another question. But you know me, I like to get things spot on. That's where the insane guesses come from. It is in a flat area, remember. A flattish area for Switzerland. How about that? That correlates. We got a little river. Ah, the road's on the wrong side. Ha! That isn't. Let's just go there. You know, this ain't right. But let's go there. We can turn round. Almost forgot again. Here we go. Can we see German writing? Oh, please don't say it's Italy. Kleiner Preisel. Small price. That is German, which means, yeah, we're in... Ah, okay, we are in Switzerland, but we're in the German part of Switzerland. Have I clicked? Yes, I have. I've clicked in the German part of Switzerland. Fußballplatz. We're just going to have to... I think we're just going to have to click and see here. I mean, we're obviously in Switzerland. So, yeah, let's see where we are. How close? Come on. Not close, really. 78 miles. Yeah, we were way over, funnily enough, towards Liechtenstein, just north of it. And that is a famously flat area. Well, not famously, but in my head, that's a famously flat area as it comes into Lake Constance. Yeah. Oh, well, we got the right country and we got another good score. Let's not forget, 4670. What score does that put us on? Let's have a look coming into this next round, the last round. Well. That puts us in a position to potentially beat the score. I mean, we could potentially get 20,425. To beat the record, 19,660. What do we need? Wait there, I'm going to do a calculator sum. $4,235 is our threshold, which, when you look at this, I ain't gonna do it. But let's see. We're driving on the right, which narrows it down. We've got, yeah, we can tell because we've got two signs which are geared up to the right, unless it's a one-way street, which is probably not. And it's tropical. No sun whatsoever. No shadows whatsoever. It's an overcast day. I think, put it this way, I think this is Brazil. I'm only about 20% sure, but it's the highest percent I've got out of all the countries. The other options are sort of Colombia, you know, and then over to even these countries, Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines. But the highest option in my head is Brazil. The only thing with that is it's huge. So the chance of us getting 4,215 are absolutely minuscule, but that's the beauty of this game. You never know. It's that 1 in 1,000 shot. And talking of 1 in 1,000 shots, I did just get a 4 of a kind in a poker game in Las Vegas. Does that mean my luck's high, or does it mean that's all the luck I'm going to get? Probably the latter. Where do we think we are in Brazil? Well, it looks quite tropical. Let's go. Oh, where do we go? I don't get good vibes over this, but I'm gonna go. I'm just, don't worry. None of this needs to be said out loud. Just big rivers around here. Where's a small river? How about here? Oh, let's just go there. Now let's turn around. I almost don't want to turn around on this one. Do you know what I mean? Should we not turn around on this one? That'll ruin the suspense, won't it? Are we all agreed on that? Can't hear you. Let's make the guess. Oh, it was Colombia. Ah. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I should have really just gone all out and gone for Colombia, the middle of Colombia. But, you know, it's done. It's done now. 904 points. That's why 19,000 is a good score, because after all my efforts there, I only ended up with 16,329. That's why this is such a hard game. and it involves lots of luck. But yeah, I am happy with how I have charged back onto the scene here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it too. And yeah, stay tuned for Hometown Roulette. Get your comments in quick because I'm doing that tomorrow. Only other thing I can think to mention is the bonus footage from episode 4 and 5 of How Not to Travel Europe will be available on the $1 tier of my Patreon page later this week. And apart from that, more travel vids from my USA trip, which I never got round to editing. They'll be on the $6 tier. And that's it. Thanks for watching, folks. See you soon.